Hello everybody. So I didn't do a video this morning. When I woke up I wasn't feeling real great. Um but I just got an Amazon delivery that I wanted to share with you, and I got these things from Creative Memories that I thought I would share with you. So these buttons, I believe these were like a free gift, I believe, for purchasing. So this is a FileMate. You know, we're going to check this out. This is for putting photos in. And I don't... Oh, there we go. So you put your pictures in there, your photos in there. You know, you can separate them out. There's some tags to go in there. So, just a little thing. And helpful though that I needed one. I've been keeping my photos in there. Envelopes that they come in, which, you know, they're sturdy, but I needed something like that. I also got this. Don't remember why. I'm sure I had something in mind. It's a clear crossbody bag. Maybe for when I go in crops, I can put scissors and, you know, different stuff like that in it. And with the strap, I can hook it onto my cart. So I like to do that. If I can hook everything onto my cart, then I'm doing better, because then I only have to wheel my cart in. I also got these shimmer pens, and I wanted to try them because I don't believe I have any of their shimmer pens. So I thought, well, shoot, let me try theirs. They're smaller than the ones we get from like Crafter's Companion and that. So let's take a look and see. Let me grab some white paper over here. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a ball bearing in there. So that generally means shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay. There we go. And push here. Now, I wonder if that needs to come off. It might. Yep, I think so. So it works just like all the other brands, right? Okay. All right, and we'll give it a little push. Oh yeah, here it comes. I'm sure you can see it. It's definitely the purple. Okay, it's coming out around the brush, not through the brush. I don't know how I feel about that, but wow, look at that color and that shimmer. That's nice. Wow, that is a lot. I mean, it really came out. It really came out, but that is a lot of shimmer and a lot of color. Now, did the shimmer not, isn't coming out as strong now? Does it already need to be reshook? Okay, that's a little much, but can you see the shimmer in there? Wow, there's quite a bit of shimmer in that. And the color, there's a lot of color in it too. Let me grab another one. I thought I was going to be able to do half and half, but the way that came out, no. So we're going to take and screw it, take this off, screw it back on. This one didn't come apart the same. That concerns me. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna be I didn't really shake it, did I? A little more gentle with my push. You can see it's gonna come out. Now, this one's coming out through the brush. Come on, let's go. Let's get going. Okay. So that's better, right? Just gotta be a little more gentle with it than I was being. So let's see how that went. I don't know that it's something I would use for writing. It might stay, but the shimmer in it is awesome. It is, but it's not really something I would want to use for writing. And let's see if this one feels different. So the brush is staying kind of stiff. So, but the shimmer is beautiful and it's got a lot of shimmer, and I like the ink in it too. It almost looks like it's got a little lift to it. That's really awesome. Even though it's not, it just kind of has a look like it's got a little, I don't know how I would say that. It's dry. That smeared a little bit. Not much. But there we go. So, pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. This other thing I ordered from Amazon, and y'all know, do you all know what my worst problem is? My worst problem is getting a nice cut on my paper trimmer. Getting a straight cut. For some reason, I'm crooked all the time. That is just, I don't know why. I don't know what it is that I'm not doing or I am doing or whatever. I also have trouble with it folding up nice and neat. So this is what I got now. I was surprised at the cost. How does this come out? It's got to just swing open. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to try. I've noticed a lot of people that do YouTube videos and stuff have this trimmer. The lines are not notches. They're just lines. So maybe that'll help me see that I'm staying on the line to keep it straight. There is a cutting blade and a scoring blade. They have little notches where you can see where it's going to be. A little notch on the side where you can see where it's going to stop and start. And then it has measurements here. So I would go sideways probably and do this with it. And that's true of the score blade and the cutting blade. And I was watching over, so I started to feel kind of yucky yesterday afternoon. So I just relaxed and watched videos, and I got to an old May Made It video of tips, and it was mostly about cutting and scoring. And I wanted to check what she said because, and we're gonna get some paper, and I'm gonna make sure that I got two sheets that are exactly the same. So what I'm gonna do is get one of these, and these, because I use this all the time for my card blanks and stuff. It's that Crafter's Companion white card. Which, wow, it looks like I might be, no. Here's a whole bunch of it, okay. I was like, so I'm just gonna, okay, so we're gonna measure. So that's the edge right there. So it is 11 3/4. I'm just gonna trim it 5 1/2. So let's see if I can keep this straight on here. Now it fits nice in here. Fits real nice up here. So here, 5 1/2. Now, this is the cut blade, and it's a new blade. So I'm not going to compare the cutting to another cutting right now. I can if I want to just see about straightness, but for cut, I can't compare because this is brand new, and those are not. Maybe we'll do that too. You know, I don't know yet. We'll see how this goes. Okay. So May was saying about scoring. How, and she had a really good point. It's not even. I'm just going to score it. I'm not going to worry about where I'm scoring it so much. Let's see, 4 3/4 should be right there, I would think. And so I'm going to use the scoring blade. I'm going to go there and back. Okay. Now, I always, for the longest time, I didn't know. And then I was watching, I think it was Craig on Crafter's Companion. And he said, because you've stretched this paper now, you should make it this way. May likes to do it this way. Okay? Because she says it pushes it down. Here's the difference. So, she says, and let's do another one in this. Let me just do another one. What did that do? 4 3/4. Let's just do that. It's not a half by any means, but let's just go ahead and do that so I can show you what she was saying. Okay, you can fold it this way, and that's what a lot of people say, right? No. She does it in half. Some people do it that way. Okay. See, that was harder to fold than that one. She says, right here, if you do it this way, you get like this little bead inside. But now supposedly on this one, you don't. No, this one has the bead. See the little bead inside? This one definitely has the bead. This one doesn't. I'm gonna cut these again and do it again, and because I want to make sure I got this right. She likes to score on top. Let's just make this top the page. Top. Okay. So if you're scoring on the top of your page, I don't know how long I made that. Well, we'll just score it anyways. If you're scoring on top of your page, that is not the blade I want to do. So I'll put this up here. You're scoring on top of your page if you're making a book or a folio or whatever. And this is what you want on the outside. Then from here, you're gonna fold in. Yeah, that's what I heard, right? Right, okay? There's the bead. She said she don't like the bead. Did I get her wrong? Did I get her wrong? Okay. But if we do it this way and fold in this way, supposedly you don't get the bead. Now, I'm getting 2 beads this way, where this one just has the one big one. So I don't know what she's talking about. I'd rather just have the one big one. I think I just stick to the way I've been doing it. So if you're scoring here, because here's what it is. This is what I heard Craig say. And why is that not? What happened to my blade? Can you believe this? There we go. It wasn't quite on track. I was thinking, here's a new one and it's not working. Okay, so I'm gonna move this up. So what Craig was saying, or whoever it was I heard, I believe it was Craig. When you score this way, you are stretching that paper right there. So by stretching this paper down, then when you fold, that paper's already stretched, so you don't get the cracking and stuff as much. And I have to say that makes a nicer fold than the other way. Let me just show you again one more time. So if I'm folding this way, it's not folding as nice, right? But here was something else she was talking about. And this was an old tips and tricks. I was just watching a lot of her stuff. She's been doing this stuff for a long time. Okay, so if I get this one, and I come in with some of that paper, right? And I take a scoring tool, especially if I could get this one out, it's going to make a big score line. So let me just use this one from Crafter's Companion, right? So I score right here. Now the thing was the reason people had asked was because when they fold the cards, they're wonky. And she was saying, when you have these little bitty score lines, there's not too much space for your paper to move. But when you have a thicker score line, now your card can go on this side of that line, it could go on that side of the line, or it could go in the middle of the line. Does that make sense? So when you do these thicker score lines, of course I didn't score, but look, I ended up way on this side of that score line. The rest of the score line is sitting on top. So a lot of the times when I'm getting the wonky, it's not my fault. A lot of it is that we need to be using a smaller scoring tool. Now I believe that when I use this one, I'm getting that smaller line. So yeah, it's a thinner line. So if I use this, or this is really a bone folder, but that's about how thick the one that came with this is, or the one that stuck. But look at the difference. Can you see the thickness of those score lines? Look at the difference. And that's not even a bad one. She was showing like a ball tool, because a lot of people like to use ball tools. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first started doing paper crafting, I did use a ball tool. It was my favorite thing. But see, this could score here, it could score, and that's why she said, you always have to make sure you're using the same one. Let me show you. Oops. We got those 3 score lines. So let me show you the score line from this. That's even thinner than this one. And it's deeper. And now I know why everybody's loving this paper trimmer, because it's not just paper trimming, it's scoring. Another thing she said that I wanted to mention, I just couldn't believe all the good stuff she had to say. And I thought, I got to tell my ladies about it. Be consistent. So if your measurements can be off a little bit. Okay, so we'll just bring these 2 side by side. So something that's 4 inches here, 4 inches here, see how wide that line is? Well, I might be a person that butts it all the way up to the back of the line, or I could be a person that brings it all the way up to the front of the line. If you do that, you have to make sure that you always do the same thing, because if you don't, you're going to be off. You always need to make sure you're using the same measuring tool also, because they can also be off. So if I brought a ruler in here, I got one, and I'm gonna bring it to here. Okay, we're gonna look for the 4. So that's lined up pretty much perfect right there. No, it's not. This is gonna be tough. So if I go to the 4 here, there's the 4, right? And I come here. You see that's not right perfect on that 4 line. It come up just a little bit short. Maybe that is, but no, there's the 4 line there. So I got the 4 line here, and here's a 4 line here. It's just a little tiny bit short. So whatever you use for measure, you got to continue to use that for measure. So if I come in this one, let's see what this one does at the 4. So I come to the 4. If I'm on the back end, look, that's a little bit more off there. Now maybe because they're accounting for the cut here, maybe that is supposed to be the 4, but that looks like the 4 line right there to me. Maybe I need to start here, there. It's still, now if I do that way, let me see. It's a little too much. You see what I'm saying? It's just a little tiny bit off. And that is why if we got to make sure we're using the right tools. Because the other thing is, if I'm measuring with this, I'm measuring from here to here, right? I'm measuring from the tip. I'm not lining up to this line, and I guess I should, but I don't. I always go to the edge of the ruler and then to the number. So even on this, so that makes me going over. If I do it here, then I'm still a hair off, just a hair. But when you are trying to line up score lines and stuff, and then you fold it, well, that's going to be an overlap in the paper. And you know how a lot of times I have to cut that little tiny strip off? That's it. I was like, man, she just hit so many things that have been a problem for me. And I was so happy to see that video, and I thought, yeah, yeah, exactly. So anyways, I'm going to be trying that video. Shall we see? Let me get another piece of paper and let's see. Let's see the difference, if there's a difference. Let me cut this paper. Let's see if the lines work better for me. Now, Dieta said she uses a Fisker and she loves it. And I guess she's always used the Fisker. And I looked at the Fiskers. Problem is, Dieta, you need to let me know which one, because there's a lot of different Fisker paper cutters out there, or paper trimmers, and I don't know which one you got or which one I should try. So if you are watching this video, please leave in the comments which one you have. So first I'm going to cut this. I'm just going to cut, let's cut 5 inches. And I'm right on the line. I can see a little bit of the line. So 5 inches. And I'm gonna leave this one just like this so I know this is the edge here that it came with. And I'm gonna do another 5 inches. And let's see. Okay. So this is the Spellbinders one. I always thought I liked those notches, but maybe those notches are not for me, right? Okay, so I put this back right back. So this is where I cut with the paper trimmer. So I'm gonna go 5 inches. And I like to go to the back line. 5 inches. Now watch them both be perfect this time. By 5 inches. But normally, I don't get a straight cut. But this should be perfectly straight. And this one is the Makers, is what I'll call it, M. Now I used a Cricut for a long time and had the same problem as why I started trying all these new paper trimmers. And let's see, are they the same size? Nope. They're not the same size. So this one in the back is bigger. Let's see which one is more accurate. So the Makers looks like it's 5. And it's a little bit bigger, and it's a little off right here. Let's see the Spellbinders one. So it's bigger, but it looks right here. So I went off. Now does it look straight? It looks straight. So I thought the Makers one come out bigger. Nope, the Spellbinders one came out bigger. Maybe I went to the wrong line, because that looks like almost a perfect 1/8 of an inch. But they do both look pretty straight. So for that, I won't complain. Let me grab this paper. So if I line it up, is it straight? Looks straight. That's the Makers one. But I was very careful, right? Spellbinders. Does that look straight? Looks straight. Okay, I did them both straight. But the Spellbinders come out a little bit big. Just on the one side, so that had to be me cutting it wrong. You know, I'm still gonna have problems, I guess. All right. All right, so also about the swap, I think I have the folder figured out that we're gonna use. It should be a simple one. And I guess we're gonna do the deconstructed card with 5 cards, whichever theme you want. If you want to make them all different, you can make them all different. If you want to make them all birthday, you can make them all birthday. If you want to make them all thinking of you, you can make them all thinking of you. If you want all Christmas, if you know, whatever you decide you want your theme to be. And like I said, they could be all different if you want. And somebody suggested that we leave card blankets and envelopes out of it. That everybody can do their own card blanks and envelopes. So, let me know what you think of that. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine with me. They just figured it would save on shipping. It would definitely leave more space for other stuff. So, that'll be up to you. What you will have to do is, of course, ship it to me, and you'll have to put the money in so that I can ship you your swaps back. All right, and so I'm pretty easygoing about this stuff. I just want everybody to have fun and enjoy it and share what we have. And they're fun for us to get stuff, right, that other people have made with what they have. And so I think on Friday I'll do the videos. If not Friday, it'll be Saturday. And I'll do the making the folder for it to go into, and maybe start doing some deconstructing. Just kind of showing you. But let me know what you think about leaving out the envelopes in the card blanks. And the only thing I'm worried about is if somebody goes off on a weird size. So if somebody does like a 6x6 and the other person that gets them doesn't have any 6, I mean, it's easy to make a card blank, but some people can't do envelopes. So that's my only concern with that. So let me know what you think in the comments. And that's it for today. So thank you for watching. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And everybody have a blessed day. We'll be back to crafting tomorrow. I'm feeling better now, I think. I feel like I've been sleeping for 2 days, but I'm feeling better. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.